loose people at our website. Go to itv.com/loosewomen. First, though, it's time for our first look this series at what female writers and columnists have been saying about their fellow sisters in our weekly feature, It's a Woman's World. Now, first up, Faye Weldon, obviously the writer, she got a few people's backs up again recently when she said, and not for the first time, that it's such a waste of time trying to tell your husband to pick up socks or clean the loo. It's much easier if you do it yourself. Now, Barbara Ellen in The Observer disagrees, and she says that Faye should put a sock in it. But who's right? Who do we agree with?
Well, believe it or not, actually, I think that Faye Weldon is right.
You'd agree with her?
I do agree with her. You know, the problem with some women is, you know, they spend their lives trying to turn men into women. Now, I'm not making excuses for men who are so useless they can't pick their own socks up, but a lot of men really can't see socks on the ground.
Sock blindness is very
have
common.
got sock blindness, and the thing is, I don't want to get stressed every time I have to look at a pair of socks because I'm making a point of saying I'm not picking them up. It is actually easier to just pick them up, rather than go on and on and on about it and give yourself a heart attack worrying about the socks. Just pick them up.
But why can't they pick them up?
Because they can't.
Why can't they? They should and can.
Yes.
They have hands. They just bend down and pick their socks off.
But if you keep going on it, you're going to exhaust yourself and you're
Don't
going
go
to
on about
use up
it.
energy. Yes, but then you've got to look at them and then they get annoying and then you get stressed over that. So just pick them up.
How long have you been with Mark?
A year.
Exactly. You wait.
You see, what you've got to do is you've got to train him a little bit. You've got to sort... Because, I mean, Ed was terrible for that. He just used to build a nest at the side of the bed, you know. They do that, don't they?
The big pile.
Yeah, big pile, you know, got trousers then his jumper. When he's coming from a gig, that's fine. Get straight into bed because I'm there, obviously. I need him more there than picking up. But in the morning, you see, what you have to remember is that if he does all that, if he sides that away, I'm going to be in a fantastic mood all day.
Oh.
So that's it, and what he'll get later.
So do you give him a little treat like a doggy?
Oh, I do. I do. He can have a biscuit any time he wants.
Incentives.
Yeah, I think so, you know, because I will just ignore it. I won't pick it up on principle because I work as hard as he does, and why should I go around picking everything up?
No, and the thing is also, you see, I was with somebody who would... He couldn't see his socks, but when he did, and I didn't pick them up, he kicked them under the bed. And you know the worst? Had a big rug in the bedroom. He'd bend down, pick the rug up, and kick them under the rug.
He was just doing that to wind you up.
No, we had socks everywhere. They were under everything. You'd look and there'd be a pair of dirty, fluffy socks.
Yeah, but you see, I understand the socks everywhere thing. Well, we were just on holiday, obviously, in Greece, and I don't know, he took about 14 pairs of socks, right? So he didn't have to wash any socks.
Quite
You're not
nice.
going to send them to laundry because it's like, you know, €2 to get a pair of socks washed. Can you believe that? Anyway, so he's got these socks, and I'm telling you, the room, there was just socks everywhere. They were everywhere. On the chair, on the table,
They breed,
under the bed,
Carol.
on the floor. Not together or anything.
No.
Yeah,
Just
they
on
weren't
their
even together.
own.
Just socks
Looking for
everywhere.
each other.
But you know what? I left them and I didn't pick them up, not once, because it was a hotel. And I don't care about that.
And they won't wash their socks. Do you know what they'd rather do? Keep
Wear
them on
them
their
again.
feet and get in the bath and wash them while they're in the bath. That's what men do.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
Andrea, you haven't lived.
Well, either that or I haven't lived with the right person who's... or the wrong person. That's very odd. But, you know, Jane, you touched on it a minute ago when you said that, you know, if he wants to put you in a good mood or avoid a bad mood, he needs to, you know, pick his stuff up and put it to one side. Well, Faye Weldon, again, at the weekend, she sort of added to the comments that she'd made. She said, if you put a dot in your diary every time you had a row over, you know, laundry and this sort of thing, what you would soon see is that the dots occurred every 28 to 30 days. And there's a theme. Do you know what she's saying?
Yes, well, you see, I know people think, oh, not this old cop-out, but I have to say, I could eat children raw. I really could. You know. I am terrible.
Well, every 28 days?
Yeah, I cannot stop it. It's awful. I am evil. And
You admit it at the time, though.
Yeah, no.
No, in the diary, are you? You're not going to go...
Just listen to what I'm saying, but I am. Oh, my God. I'm terrible. But that 1 week out of the... You know.
But you can't. That's such an excuse, isn't it? I mean, how can that be true?
It is true.
You can't blame everything on hormones.
Well, you can't anymore.
Well, thank God. Thank God. But you can't blame everything just because you've got your hormones
you
arranging.
You don't have to blame anything on it, but it is a pattern, and if you do recognise it, then maybe you can sort of preempt it and maybe warn, you know, a poor confused bloke what he's
standing there staring at a sock going,
pick his socks up.
Yeah. Exactly. Why do I do that then?
Step away from the knife drawer. That's what you'll say on that particular one.
I think it's quite sensible. Just say, do you know what? I think I'm starting to feel a little bit funny. Maybe it'd be a good idea if you were nice to me for the next few days. Frightens the pants off those.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Now, finally, relationship expert Barbara P said in the Mail at the weekend that women should stop complaining all the time to their men about their stretch marks, their weight issues, or their big bottoms, because actually men don't notice it until we point them out. And she says a woman who complains about her flaws is unattractive. But do you think you're actually doing it just to make yourself feel better? You know, you want a bit of reassurance from your chap.
Just because you want him to reassure you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think you do you? I mean, I don't think
Would you
need...
do that?
No, I don't think I do. I mean, maybe I did in the past, but I don't think you should do that because they're going to lie to you anyway, aren't they? They're going to tell you. They're not. And whatever they say is going to be the wrong answer.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So they're going to be wrong. So I wouldn't ask.
But you see, then you get into this lovely little role play where you go, do I look fat? And they go, no. And you go, really? And they go, no. And you go, oh, thanks. It's brilliant. Everybody feels better. He knows who's lying. You know he's lying. It's fine.
But it's not lying, though. I mean, the thing is, if you know you've got, 100% support from somebody, if you really are genuinely feeling a little bit insecure about something about yourself, I think you should be able to ask the person closest to you, honestly, please tell me, does my bum look big in this?
Yeah, I agree.
And, they probably won't tell you the truth, but in a way it's kind of reassuring coming from somebody who you trust and someone...
What's reassuring that they lie to you, then?
Well,
because you now know that they're going to lie to you.
But the thing is, Sherrie, if you're asking someone if your bum looks big in something, then you know it does. So if you wear it, then that's your own fault, isn't it? Sometimes you've just got to go along with it, because if your bum looks big in something, it means your bum's big, and there's nothing you can do anything about that in half an hour, can you? Change your trousers, your bum's still big. So,
I'm confused now.
Men have the same insecurities as well, don't forget that.
Yes,
yeah.
I'd love to sort of have a pair of glasses that men see us, because I think men see us in a completely different way to what we actually see ourselves. Thank goodness. And they don't care if we're slightly overweight. They don't care if we're feeling a bit down. They still love us.
They do.
And isn't that lovely?
It is lovely. Do you know what Mark said to me the other day? I forgot about this. He said to me, we were going out for a big fry-up, right? A big fried breakfast, sausage, bacon, eggs and all that. And he looked at me on the sofa and said, right, come on you, let's go and fatten you up so that there's a lot more of you to love.
Yeah, you see,
Stuff my face.
This is why you don't get invited out so much now. Because you're boring.
I would love a man to lie like that to me, wouldn't you?
OK. Time for...